Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, I forgot to put my. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Brian, I'm slipping.
Mm-mm.
That's not the sound you want to hear when somebody's slipping.
I'm trying to hurry.
Ew, Brian, ew.
All right. Adelana, who are you
What
playing?
Huh?
Two doctors.
Oh no.
Irene, you're playing Adelana?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes.
What is Atlanta? Atlanta.
He is a wood elf wizard monk.
Are you playing Chris or not? You're muted.
Hi, Chris.
Greetings.
Give him a
No, I'm
second.
not playing. I'm still driving.
Okay. Goodbye then.
He probably just meant to mute himself and all.
Dr. Dick Buttstuffins. That is, I assume, related to the great Dr. Doc Buttstuffins?
Richland is his first name, shortened to Dick. Although normally, if he shortens it, he goes with Dick.
Dick Buttstuff.
No, Dickland is what Eric was building in Minecraft.
That's true. Tell us about Dr. Billy Bones.
Well, first off, he's not a pirate. He's just your standard human snake oil salesman, Dr.
Nice.
Billy Bones.
I'm into it. Oh no. He's not going to just be testing out products by rubbing them on his body, is he?
I briefly thought about it, but then I said I can't steal Brian's OC, but I can always be a student of Dr. Soapy Lungwater. So he is my
Oh.
Listen, I'm just a student. Obviously, I've varied my techniques a little bit. It's not an exact carbon copy.
So what you're saying is bones are on the menu.
I specialize in snake oil.
Sean is Mercus Herder.
Yep.
Mercus.
Oh, fuck.
And Tracy is Izzy.
Yes.
Oh, Momo. Hello, Momo. Yes. Come on. Get comfortable.
Construction of the Dolby Inn in Tallwater is finally coming to some, not completion, but some sense of progress. They've got the second floor restored, and they're just redoing the rooms, but the danger of falling tools and wooden beams and things is finally over, so you guys are free to go inside, at least on the first floor. Their restaurant is technically open. What do you guys want to do? Who's there?
Alana will be there.
Okay, what are you doing?
She is probably having a cider and reading through her book.
Okay. I want to post this map again. This time I'm going to pin it.
Richland will also be there. He's currently walking behind the bar and pouring himself a pint. Just kind of going, oh, don't worry about me, Rupert. I'm just grabbing a pint.
Roll a perception.
Both of us, or
Just Eric, or just Dick.
No, that's okay.
no, I don't want to.
I don't have Richland's sheet in front of me, but I rolled an 8, so I'm guessing it's bad.
Here it is. Sure, no problem. You find one thing you notice with that 8 is that the dining area is pretty empty right now, and it's around lunchtime, so that's kind of surprising.
If it's around lunchtime, I think Izzy would probably be there.
Okay. Are you just walking in?
Yeah, just come to get a bite to eat.
Okay.
It's not like she has a home, so, you know.
What do you say when you approach the counter?
You should probably just ask, what's the cheapest thing you got on the menu?
Ooh. I am very sorry to tell you. All we have are drinks. I could get you a hefty beer. That might fill you up. We are no longer serving food right now. All the farms are shut down.
The farms are shut down.
Everywhere we get our local produce and ingredients. They all stopped shipping. They say they are closing down.
Why are they closing down farms?
I don't know. They all say there's something going on with their crops. I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody to find out more details, but apparently all the restaurants here that got locally sourced ingredients are out of commission.
Did I hear out of commission?
Dr. Billy Bones struts his stuff to the counter from the front door, holding two potted plants, each one having just a bunch of carrot stalks sticking out of it.
Look no further, my dear sirs. Your answers are right here. Dr. Billy Bones, plant vegetation serum. Hello, hello. I can save this town.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Of course.
Please roll low.
22.
I'm full of shit.
I can take a picture of the dice right now if you want me to.
No, I said I'm full of shit.
Oh, you're full of shit. Okay. You're full of shit. I'm like, no. No, he can't help us.
I'd like to apologize for Dan. He turns into a very hostile player when he doesn't get his way.
No, fuck you!
Well, since there are sense motives being thrown around, Mercus comes in with a bag, and he's like, "Hey, Rupert, I got some meat from the butcher down the road. Can you cook it?"
I forgot about Marcus.
I think Rupert's gonna roll an insight check too.
I will say that I am not lying.
14. Does he sense that it's some poor innocent creature that lived here in town?
I don't know how innocent the butcher was.
Damn.
He's gonna take it, and yeah, he'll start up the fryer or the skillet. I mean, he doesn't really ask any questions.
Feeling kind of chuffed, I turned to my accuser. Was it Alana? Was that the person who accused me?
Ivana, yeah.
My dear
Really,
lady,
girl.
why do you doubt my Dr. Bones Wonder Serum? Clearly, we are strangers. We've never met. Why do you doubt me?
Probably because she doesn't have erectile dysfunction.
I hope not.
Atlanta is a guy.
Oh,
Ivana is a girl.
Oh, I thought you said he when you were introducing her.
Oh, no, she.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. How dare you, Brian? God. Because nothing, not one thing can cure everything.
Well, perhaps seeing is believing. If I were to show you my wonderful magic serum in action, would that persuade you to allow me to save the town?
I, for one, am willing to give it a shot.
All right, well,
The
money.
doctor's gonna give it a shot.
Of course he is.
All right, everyone, step right up, step right up. Now, you see these 2 pots? I planted them yesterday. That's how good my serum works. They're already sprouting. But I know I got some Debbie doubters here, and I'm eyeing Alana. So,
I pull the carrots out and I chuck them to the audience.
here, have one of these. And we'll eat it and watch.
And then I pull out a bag of beans and I stick one of the beans in the pot. And then I pour some of my Dr. Bones magic serum on top of it. And Brian, you gave me magic beans like 5 years ago.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to use one of them now. Once I figure out how. Let's see. I think it is roll. A 1d100? Yeah, that sounds right.
That's not right.
It's not right?
I don't know.
I think it is. All right, I got a. Or do you want to? Let me roll in chat so it's no sketchiness. How do I? What's the command for that?
Don't see beans. It's exclamation mark, the letter R, space, and then however many D20s or D whatevers. 1D20. Yeah.
I got a 3. That is probably not good. Sorry for slowing the tempo down.
No, you're
Gotta
fine.
find my beans.
It's all good. I have detect magic. I really want to cast it.
3 looks like a geyser erupts and sprouts water, beer, berry juice, tea. Oh, whatever I pick. Oh, GM's choice.
Oh
many
no.
Does it say how many options there are, or is it I just get to choose something?
You get either beer, berry juice, tea, vinegar, wine, or oil. GM's choice. And it's 30 feet into the air for 1d12 rounds.
Can we
It's gonna
not
be-
destroy the inn for one game? Jesus.
I rolled a 6, so whatever was last.
Let's see. That's oil. Snake oil.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's gonna be such a mess to clean up.
Behold the power of Dr. Billy Bones' snake oil.
Fucking geyser shoots out and just sprays everything. It's like a little kid's sprinkler party, except it's all gross and oily.
I think instead of getting angry, Chef Rupert says, "That is amazing. I'll take Wait, what is the cost?"
Well, a normal healing potion would be 50 GP. Those con artists, those fools.
Actually, it's 25 gold for my healing potion.
Well, maybe here in the bumpkin areas, but sweetheart, I'm from the city. Things are expensive. Tell you what, just 50.
Call me sweetie one more time. I'm gonna chill touch your crotch.
My apologies.
I take a deep, deep bow.
I'm sorry. For you wonderful people, just 10 gold apiece for Dr. Billy Bones snake oil.
I'll take
How
2.
many do you have?
I have
I'm gonna roll a d12 here.
I have 7 bottles. It's really tough stuff. Takes me a whole month just to get one.
I'll take 1, and then if there's any left over, I'll take 2.
Does anyone want to buy my bullshit?
No.
I do.
All right.
Of course you would.
Okay.
Richland is amazed.
What did you say you're selling them for?
I think it was like 10 GP.
Okay.
So it sounds like I've sold 3, 2 to the innkeep and 1 to my fellow doctor.
30.
Oh no, I'm buying the whole stuff.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I
You
guess
never know when this is gonna come in handy.
I've got 70 gold, and you have snake oil. Lots of it. All right, guys, my goof's done.
My closet's gonna go try and steal one from Dr. Dick.
Good dick.
It's invisible.
Oh, I forgot you have a familiar.
Yeah. That's a 10. That's a 21. Stealth.
I still haven't found my character sheet, but I had a 13 on the die, and I think my perception's like +1. So
No good. How many did he steal? I assume just one.
Yeah, he's tiny, so he just takes one, it turns invisible, and he comes back across the room to me.
Chef Rupert's going to be jotting something down on a piece of paper, and he says, "For you, Mr. Billy Bones. Now, if you can restore the farms, I'd be willing to pay you a good portion of a reward because this will benefit my business as well." And
Unless
and the stuff he jots down on the paper that he slips to you is kind of a general mapped out location of where to, how to get to his local source.
tell me, do you know anything about the details of this farm? Is it agricultural issues? Is it locusts? Or is it foul play?
I say while sipping a glass of milk.
Isn't locusts oh my god, agriculture issue?
I don't know.
It's affecting the meat supply is what it is. I'll go.
Based on what I gather, they're not having any trouble growing the crops as much as once they're grown. Everything they sent me was recalled, and I actually still have some here. And he sets a box of like.
Oh yeah, we killed him. We killed the DM, we win.
He sets a crate of vegetables on the counter. They look pretty normal.
Can I do, I guess, investigation?
Yeah.
That's a 17.
Is there anything particular you're trying to figure out about it?
I try to see, like, if there actually is anything wrong with them.
Visually, you can't see anything. I can tell you that much. Is there anything with that check anything else you do?
Like that
Besides-
one open?
Yeah. What kind of a vegetable do you want to try for?
Which ones are there, Ryan?
It's a variety. So I'll let you just choose whatever you think would be good to investigate by cutting open.
I'll do a turnip. Why not?
Okay. You cut this turnip open, and you don't notice, you don't see anything unusual about it. And then you notice that your eyes start to water a little bit and burn. And you can kind of get a sensation on your fingers as well if you touched it with your bare hands.
Oh, fuck. I hit my hand. Damn, yeah, I guess I did.
Fellow doctor, what is your opinion? You're being awfully quiet.
He's falling asleep.
He is quiet because he's muted.
It's him chugging 2 of those miracle things that made him shut up.
You must have diarrhea.
it's me wandering around my apartment looking for my character sheet. Richland starts to poke at another one. It's just kind of like, Well, I would say the problem is they're bad.
Indubitably.
I'll take out another one of my vials of snake oil and start pouring it all over the
Whoa,
the
whoa,
spoiled
whoa,
vegetables.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Can I make a sleight of hand to put my hand over the snake oil?
Yeah, well, I'll go for it.
Let's see. Hold on. Exclamation point. What do I have to do again?
Oh, exclamation point, R
R.
space, however many
Okay.
of what type of die.
Ooh, I did pretty well. I'm trying to cover it so the fraud can't be exposed in front of everyone.
What's the matter?
That's precious. You gotta save it for when we're out in the farms. You can't use it here.
Well, it'd be a good test to try it here before we go out to the farm.
No. Listen, you gotta get to the source. It's gotta affect the roots while it's in the earth. It's not gonna work.
Talked about Stephens. I think you should keep trying to pour it on.
I mean, it's your money. You're wasting it. Like I said, it takes me 1 month per bottle.
Really? A month, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That seems a little long.
Come, as a fellow learned man, we don't need to take these peasants' opinions. Come on. You can count on me.
And I give him a friendly little elbow.
I so want to chill touch his crotch so bad. She's not having it. I
It
think
does make sense that it would need to soak into the roots, I suppose. We'll save this for now.
A wise choice.
Stop in my vial. And continue to drink the beer that's spiked with it.
From what you can tell, the sketch that he drew indicates that the farming lands are kind of north to northwest of Tallwater, kind of down below Clap Cheeks.
damn it, Brian. I hate these names.
Are we? Oh, okay. We're in Tallwater and we got to go somewhere below Clap Cheeks.
This whole kind of space between Tallwater and Clap Cheeks, he indicates, is kind of farming area.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Shouldn't there be a stream?
They have, it wouldn't, this is a very, very zoomed out map. There would be some water, but it'd be like,
Never mind.
They got creeks there.
yeah.
They don't show up on the map.
Well, I'm game. Normally I work alone, but this is a lot of area to cover. Anyone else want to help save the town?
Oh, and also, just for a fun fact, last session when you guys went under in the caves, there was an aquifer. They do have wells and stuff that pull from underground as well.
Well, I'm not much worried about saving the town, but if it'll earn me a free meal, I'm game.
Excellent, so you fail.
Hey, that hurt.
I cover my heart.
I would like to help. However, I have important business here, starting a new shop. However, I have a friend here with me. I'll see if they might be able to help you.
Couldn't find your character sheet, huh?
Really can't.
Please be a jewel pod.
Oh, it's gonna be Joe Pie, you know it.
No, because I can't find where I have all my jewel pods either.
What the hell, Eric?
All right, then I guess I'm rooting for, let's see here. Yeet Rose.
I was gonna bring Dr. Julian Vidpis here.
How many
Barnold
doctors do you
Sandler.
have?
Dr. Julian. Okay, I'm going to change your name on my characters list. What's his last name again?
Vidpis here.
All right, Dr. Julian it is.
I want you to know that in my inventory, I have one flask of bullshit.
I love it.
Gross.
Marcus, are you a human? What is? I missed your description.
Oh, I am a Raven Arakakra.
I gotcha.
I always played my Eric Cochran today too.
By the way, Chef Rupert does hand you whatever the hell that meat was that you brought to him. It's all cooked.
Okay, I didn't tell you. I implied what the meat was.
He
I
doesn't
think
know.
Rupert-
I
He doesn't
refuse
know.
to believe it.
After last session? Why?
I think what you mean is I refuse to accept it.
Is there anything that you guys want to do before you leave town?
I'm good.
Cool.
That's the
Okay.
first- goes over to where he's got the plot for his new shop set up, and you see him talking with someone, and he points over to the group, and then this short round of a of a tiefling bounces over to you guys. He's wearing like fancy black leather boots and like a nice slacks vest and a button-down shirt, and he goes, "Hello. I hear we're saving the town. Quite a heroic adventure."
Supposedly.
Well, I mean, we did obtain this magical potion I've been told about. That should clear the town right up, don't you think?
Not as magical as you think.
I don't know. It seems quite magical. The good Dr. Bud Stuffins has told me that he's been feeling as fit as a fiddle since he started drinking it.
It works
Was
fast.
like all of about 15 minutes ago.
It's very potent.
Ugh.
I'd rather be fit like an ogre instead of a fucking fiddle. It's a goddamn piece of wood.
Did you say Boofit?
What?
He said he'd rather boof it like a fiddle.
No.
Beef it.
Be fit. Like
Listen, we don't have to get along. We just gotta work together, right?
Sure.
You guys would have no trouble hailing a cab, and based on the sketch and being that the cab has lived here all his life, he knows where to go.
Cool.
At the very least, he knows where the farmlands are and what roads lead there, even if he can't tell which specific farm this is referring to. So, as you guys get out there and the trees and the forest starts to grow more sparse, you do see the countryside open up before you and the farmlands appear. There's wheat and and a lot of it's harvested, but you see big piles of it, and some of them have been burned. There are a number of different farmhouses and barns and things that you're kind of passing by as you go along this country road. Do you want to try and specifically find this thing that he marked, or do you just want to choose one as you go?
Alana would probably want to find anything that's marked.
It has a name. The name is Fremont Farms.
Okay.
So this guy's just basically gonna go along the road until he gets an indication as to. And why don't you guys roll perception?
Okay. Oh no.
I have stats now.
That's a 7.
Ooh.
There's a failed me.
Is this everyone rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About a 9. Perception is not my good skill.
I got a 10.
I got
That's what I'm proficient in.
dirty 20.
Nice.
What did Adlana get?
7.
Yikes. Okay. Both of the
Yeah.
doctors happen to notice as you're passing by this one farm that there's an old faded sign, and the paint is all worn off, but you can just kind of make out by the like beveled carving that it's once said Fremont on it. And it's
They
an
must
old.
not know how to read. Clearly, this is the spot.
I'm sorry?
Try to keep up, dear.
I get out and I start marching.
Whoa there, Bessie! Whoa there! He turns the carriage around.
Yeah, before the cart stopped.
I fall on my ass. I hopped out of a fucking moving cart.
Good job.
That's smart.
It's kind of a long road into the farm area, the farmstead. There's a few houses. There's some what might be like guest areas or places where the farm hands would stay, and then there's a big barn. And here you also see some burning piles that have been lit ablaze, probably like a couple days back or so.
Are they still on fire or are they just burnt?
They look like they're all done.
Oh, okay.
Well, what do you think, guys? Are they burning the spoiled waste?
Alana is going to get out of the cart and go to one of the piles and investigate it.
I mean, I guess you can ignore me. That's cool.
I follow.
If you ask me, they're probably burning evidence.
Ah, I knew a fellow doctor was wise to bring along.
Roll a Constitution, Edlana.
Uh-oh. Save or check?
Just a check.
Okay. That's going to be a 13.
The closer you get to this pile, the more irritated your respiratory system feels.
I'm going to back off.
And you notice that your eyes start to burn a little bit, just like before.
See, can I do anything? All right.
God, did you fart? Jesus Christ.
No, I'm pretty sure you did.
Your attitude stinks. Ever since we started this mission, it's nothing but nonsense. I'm here to help. Come on, doctor.
I put my scarf over my mouth and tally ho towards the putrid pile.
Come on, doctor.
Come on, doctor.
Yeah, you're getting the same sensations. How close do you want to get to this pile?
Close enough that I can investigate and hopefully discover a source of the stank.
It's not
Is it-
hard to tell as you get close to it that this was a pile of vegetables, even though they're all black and charred.
Okay.
Looks like vegetables.
And then I quickly scurry backwards.
Well,
And I look at the other doctor because clearly I'm clueless as to what to do now.
Shall we talk to the farmers then? They might have some idea.
I was just about to suggest that. Great idea.
Alana's definitely going to roll her eyes at this.
You guys just going right up to the big house?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
And you knock on the door.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It takes some time, and you actually can hear, without even rolling, some kind of bonking around inside, like some sort of stumbling sounds. Maybe something got knocked over and clattered to the ground. And then eventually the door creaks open, and you see the face of a hedgehog, but he's got kind of swollen reddish eyes, and he's they're bloodshot, and he's trying to peer through them at you, but it's clearly the light is obviously irritating to him, and his eyes start to water.
Wait, like a sentient hedgehog, or like just a rabid hedgehog?
I should have clarified. The town of Tallwater is made up of moles and hedgehogs and things, and they're about the size of like hobbits,
Oh, jeez.
And Sean's
porcupines,
character tends
armadillos.
to kill them and eat them.
I look at the Aarakocra.
I don't speak animal. Why don't you take this one?
Wow. You did not just go there.
I'm so sorry.
Even I'm not that much of an asshole.
Well, I do have the spell comprehend languages. Or we could just try speaking common to him.
There's something I can do for you folks.
Hi, we're here to investigate about the issue with the vegetables.
Oh, yes. That is or been a real problem.
He wipes his eyes.
Do you know when this started?
I want to say we first noticed it about a week and a half ago. But by then it was already time to harvest, and we already made some shipments into town. I regret it deeply because we had to recall everything.
Did you change anything during that week to cause it, possibly?
I don't even know what's wrong, say nothing of what caused it. It just... We noticed that there was a strange spiciness to the food all of a sudden, and one bite would leave you breathless. As you can see, we tried to dispose of it all so that it wouldn't keep infecting people, but the flames and the fumes... I've been like this for at least 3 days now.
Well, do your doctors here heal you, possibly? Elbon's going to try and look at the two.
I'm not a veterinarian.
Seriously, you're going to go there again, huh?
I cross my arms and turn around.
Hey, Brian. So I've got another question about curse.
Oh yeah.
Can it give somebody the overwhelming need to take a nasty shit?
Please say yes.
No.
It's a spell, right? Bestow curse.
Yeah. Yes.
If that, Elbon's going to just punch you in the face.
Ability score, target disadvantage, wisdom save. Let's roll for it. High or low?
Hi.
You are not able to do that exactly.
Okay. Well, the bone man is safe from shits for now.
Hasn't he suffered enough?
Obviously not.
No, he hasn't suffered at all. He sold all of his bullshit juice.
Oh, you were trying to do that to the doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do it to the hedgehog.
No.
Wow.
I'm not doing anything to this spicy meatball right now.
What? Who are you people anyway? I beg pardon if you have credentials or something. I'm having difficulty seeing.
We are the Port Authority.
I would be grateful for any assistance you could provide. This has been a huge setback for our business.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, we'd be happy to help.
If you need anything from me, I can't promise I'll be of great assistance in terms of my own abilities, but I can tell you whatever I know.
Of course. Has anything weird happened like recently?
No, nothing I can think of.
Hmm. Do you mind if we take a look around?
By all means. There's no one around. They're all in their beds or they've gone home.
Okay.
Most of them are sick like me.
Do you have any of these vegetables that haven't been burned yet?
We tried to burn all of them, but we couldn't get it. There's a pile out back that we didn't even get to because it was too horrible.
Perfect. Well, gang, shall we?
You shall.
I'll start bouncing around the house then.
You're going to the back pile?
Yeah.
I would also like to go to the back pile.
It's a pile just like before. This is in a pretty... let me just roll real quick. So this particular field actually hasn't... it's not ready to be harvested yet. It's probably got a few more weeks before they set. And it does have a pile in kind of a vacant area. And you notice that it's set in rows, like it's plowed, and they've got some irrigation going on. And then this pile is just sitting here waiting to be burnt. I'll say it's a potato field.
Okay.
And just to recap real quick, did you say the potatoes have already been plucked up and they're just waiting to be burned, or they're still in the ground and they're just not ready for harvest?
This field has potatoes that are still in the ground, and then next to the field there's where they just threw some extra vegetables that were going to get burned later, but they never got to them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, Dr. Video Pisser, shall I show you the power of the snake oil?
I would be more than happy to see this power.
All right. Everyone step right up, step right up. This one's on the house, since you've already paid for it.
And I dig my hands into the ground and I try to pretend like I'm doing something important.
Like, this is it. Pour the snake oil right on top of my hand.
Why do your hands have to be in there?
No questions.
No, I want to know.
It's a...
Where specifically is your hand right now?
My hands are underneath the dirt, so you can't see my fingers or my thumb. You can just see my wrists. Like I've dug them right in there. And I'm like trying to keep my hands right above a potato.
Then you, yeah. So you definitely feel the moisture from the irrigation.
This is it. I found the right spot to put the snake oil. That's why my hands are here. Ugh, I gotta explain everything.
I'm
Well,
gonna
since you
stand
found it,
back.
why don't you take your hands out then?
Pour the snake oil.
I'm gonna stand back and I'm gonna cast minor illusion. Whenever the snake oil lands on him, a spreading brown stain from his
Can
penis.
I cast? Oh, I kind of cast magic.
Pour it quick.
What
I
are you?
need spell slots though. Fuck.
What are you? Are you going to do anything, Atlanta?
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
I'm gonna pour the snake oil on him.
I'm gonna cast plant growth.
I cast minor illusion on Dr. Billy Bones' ass.
I'm describing this, Brian.
Yeah, I'll leave it. It's all to you, Brian. You describe what's
Yeah, Brian. Hello, you.
All right, here we go. Atlanta. This is all. As all this happens, you detect transmutation, illusion, and what else? Whoa, these are crazy. What did we say? And whatever the hell these beans are. You're not using the beans for this, right?
No, I'm just actually casting plant growth.
You said the beans are something else. Okay. Then yeah, those two magics, transmutation and illusion. So what happens is you see Dr. Billy Bones get this oil dripped above where his hands are. And then you said the illusion was going to create brown spots?
It's making me poo
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, he's how you never know when diarrhea is gonna strike.
Is it just going to like create it where?
Like on his ass. Like he's
Yeah, okay.
got a brown stain spreading.
Yeah, you see that. I'm not going to go into detail on that one. And miraculously, in front of him, you see the growth of these potatoes.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on this guy.
You saw it with your own eyes.
And I look to everyone.
You believe me, right?
Billy, where are your hands right now?
They were. I mean, if the plants have grown, I'll pull them out of the soil.
When you pull them out, you get this strange tingling sensation. When you look down, your hands are kind of a hot, reddish, sunburny look, almost like a rash. And then they start to feel a burning sensation.
Wow, you really healed those plants.
Listen, beauty is painful, all right? I'm a doctor. It's a risk I took.
Wait, I turn around.
Why is my ass brown?
Well, that's weird because I see a faint aura around your hands for casting an illusion spell.
Oh, no, the illusion spell was me.
Oh, sorry. What was the type of spell he cast?
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Sorry.
Plant growth.
There's an aura of illusion on his ass, though.
And really believing your ass, too. But I won't go there. I don't want to know what you're doing there.
Mercus is just laughing.
I'm coughing.
You believe me, right, doctor? You believe me, right?
And I look at his.
I
I'm
think
kind of.
what we need to determine is if the problem is with the plants or with the soil.
Well, I have Detect Magic last for 10 minutes. I'm kind of interested in the water system.
Well, how would the plants or the soil, how would we go about this? You've been quiet. Tell us what to do.
I've got red hands and a poopy butt, and I'm just getting frustrated.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what to do, but in order to grow crops, you need the plant, the seeds, you need soil, and you need water. So if something is going wrong, it's going to be with one of those three things. Now, unless everybody in this area all have the exact same crops, it's likely not the seeds. So I suppose we check the soil and the water.
Scientific deduction. Nice job.
It could be the water if they all are getting it from the same source.
Hey, don't try to steal her limelight. She said water first.
No, I said
No,
water first.
actually, she did. But yeah, do we know where are they all using the same irrigation system? Or
We can
are they
probably
using
ask
private
the-
wells?
We could ask the farmer probably.
What you guys would be able to see for certain, since you are talking about the water, is that if you look towards the end of the field, you see siphon tubes in a ditch.
Well, let's go look at that first then.
Okay.
Okay.
I quietly follow.
So it kind of goes up a bank, and then there's this ditch that's full of gently flowing water.
All right, so can we like, I guess, what are you doing this one? Y'all don't have investigation, do you? Yes,
you do. Yeah.
Okay, so like, is it an investigation then to see if the water's tainted in any way, or if it's fresh, or is that what you roll?
So it depends on what you're looking for. Investigation, you might look for things that you can see that might have affected the water in some way. But if you were going to do actually sensing something in the water, I would guess maybe you could do investigation. It could also be like maybe like survival.
Do I see anything magical with it?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I'll just roll you one of each, and you can decide what to do with those.
All right.
So we're probably not investigating much of anything because I got a 3. So
Can
that's
I
not
also
very
roll
good.
investigation?
Yeah, go
Sorry.
for it.
But I got a 16 on the survival.
Yep, it's that one.
I had a 27 for investigation.
Oh my god.
I just want to splash the water on my poopy bottom to like kind of wash it off.
Okay. We'll resolve this one by one here. Julian, you are able to sense just by barely touching the water that there's something off about it. And then the next thing you know, you hear a and Dr. Billy Bones, are you standing near anybody?
I don't think so. I think I'm just kind of like trailing behind like a sad puppy, just like, and then I just go to the water on my own.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, you got some of that brown stuff on your face too.
No, it's mud. Shut up.
22 deception.
You can roll a wisdom, Billy.
Oh, okay.
Insight.
Let's see. 1D, 1RD, 20. Eat that. Eat it.
Well, that was really
is
good,
pretty good.
but not good enough.
What?
He rolled a 22.
Oh shit! My wisdom is not that high. Never mind. I got excited for nothing.
You, you believe that you must have accidentally got some on your face.
Ah, it's pudding. It must be from lunch earlier.
Do you wipe it off with your hands?
I wipe it off my hands and I'm splashing furiously everywhere, just like.
Holy smokes. Okay.
It's just pudding. Shut up.
Roll a con save. DC 16. Nope.
Fire. Wait, no, it's an 11. Shit, I got excited again.
When you splash your face with this water, not only does it burn and you start coughing and choking, but you your eyes start to water profusely, and your eyes go red, and they're so itchy and burning that you just can't see anymore.
I'm not crying. I got sand in my eye.
This
seems
is some
fine.
issue.
I guess it's the water.
Yeah, that's the water.
Well, then I suppose we need to track the water back to its source.
But what about me? Heal me.
Why don't you drink some of your snake oil?
I sold it all.
Oh, here, I got a bottle.
Wait, I think I'm getting better.
I tough it out.
Yeah, I'm
I'm just gonna uncork it and pour it on his head.
No!
I'm dodging this. Get out of here. Bully. What do we got here?
What are we doing?
Can I try holding Dr. Billy Bones in place?
Billy,
I was. I'll let Brian decide.
Billy, roll a D100.
Okay.
Oh no.
You know what? This is like just uneducated bumpkins picking on the doctor.
I am highly educated.
Came here to save the city.
You are going to be blind for the next 67 minutes.
Fine.
Oh,
I can actually.
Well,
get rid of it.
Ah!
what's wrong now?
I can't see!
And it's not that you're blind, it's that every time you open your eyes, they just burn so furiously that you just have to close them again.
I can see, but it burns!
All right.
well, while they're doing that, Julian takes his little cane that he's been walking with, pops the blade out from it, and starts coating it in the snake oil and then resheaths it.
Can I hand the good doctor my water skin with water that's not infected with the shit so he can have it to wash his face, his eyes with?
Yeah.
I'll gladly take it.
Not you.
Delightful, refreshing.
Billy Bones, roll a D60.
D60? That's not real, Brian. Come on.
It is in chat.
All right.
I actually have a D60. They are real.
Oh, wow.
2-6.
You shaved 26 minutes off your time by washing your face with her real water.
Ugh. This is all you
Is it like
got?
real water?
This is like tap water. You got like Aquafina or something? I'm an avian man.
Water tastes better in square bottles. It's
Listen.
scientific.
Listen, one of you has to hold my hand and lead
Got
me.
it.
Hey,
Hold
hold
my
still.
hand.
I have some avian water for you. And I'm just gonna like drool in his eye.
Oh,
No.
Atlanta, give him your mage hand.
I don't have a hand.
Oh.
I got both my hands out.
Hold me.
Oh, good heavens, calm down. And she'll grab his hand and just be like, try to keep up.
Okay.
I'm whimpering the whole time.
It's a weird child.
Marcus is just walking behind him, chuckling the whole time.
Where are you guys going?
We're trying to follow the water. I suppose it has a flow. Follow it back upstream to the
Yeah.
source.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it doesn't really follow any main roads, so you're just gonna hike it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see how long this is gonna take. So you guys are walking for a little over 40 minutes, as the ditch that he had there turned into kind of a canal, and a canal kind of turned into a creek, and then slowly, eventually, a creek merges with kind of a gently flowing stream, and it starts to get a little bit more wooded up here. Not heavy woods like Tallwater, but there are more trees and there's not as much farmland. And the stream kind of wanders into the woods and disappears into some of these trees.
All right. check the water and see if it's still affected this far up.
Yeah. How would you
The
like it?
doctor again.
I'm not gonna stick my whole hand in it or anything, but you know.
What do you want to do with it?
Just
Billy Bones sticks his hand in it.
like just dip my little pinky finger in there or something to see if it.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything at first, but once you expose it to air and it sits there for a while and starts to dry out, you start to sense kind of a burning feeling on your pinky.
All right, so the water here is still infected, so into the woods we're going to have to go.
Yep.
My feet hurt.
Do you want to sit here by yourself and wait for us to come back?
No.
Why don't you guys all roll perceptions?
I am
Julian
going to
is
choose not to roll. I am blind.
19.
Julian is also complaining, kind of like, if I'd have known we'd been walking this much, I would have brought my balloon.
I got 10.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about your hot air balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You said
yeah.
perception.
Yeah, perception.
Also 19.
Okay, I think everybody... Billy Bones, did you roll? You should be rolling at disadvantage.
I'm blind. Oh, I got to roll disadvantage. All right, I'll do that with an actual dice because I don't know how to do that on Thingamabob. Well, I rolled a 16 and a 17, so maybe I should do that in the chat. Just roll those.
Everybody who got above a 15 or higher will say, you start to hear some chanting off in the distance. And it's chanting. It sounds like almost like children in a way, or maybe like little people, like they're kind of high voices.
I go, hold everyone, hold. Seems we may be facing a very deadly enemy. Children. I don't want anyone holding
just
back.
The doctor whining and crying.
No. Not there. In front of us, in front. His whining is coming from the back. This whining is very clearly coming from up ahead.
No, his whining's coming from the front. Something else is coming from the back.
Let's pick on the blind doctor. You guys are all great. I'm gonna sue each and every one of you when we get back to town. You're gonna be bankrupt.
What makes you think I have money?
You won't when I'm done.
What makes you think you have more money than I do?
You can't take what I don't have.
I'm done talking to each and one of you. You have to hold my hand still.
It's you.
Okay. You guys are gonna press on.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I want to be going slowly.
Yeah.
towards the cha-
Stealth checks.
Oh, no.
Kobe.
Billy Bones, do your stealth at disadvantage.
You got it.
Oh. Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, actually, Billy Bones. I
Yeah.
said I forgot. We reduced it to 41 minutes, and it took you about 40 minutes to get here. So
I'm
you
gonna
are
pretend I'm still blind.
you can pretend all you want, but you don't have to roll at disadvantage.
All right, so that first one was the 18 plus good stuff. 18 plus 2. I got a dirty 20 again.
Okay. You can add.
Four of us got dirty 20s.
You can add modifiers to the roll command. By the way.
Oh, neat. How do I do that?
You just put plus whatever the number is after the dot.
Ah, gotcha. I will do that.
There's a way to subtract like the lower one or the highest one too, but I don't remember how.
Yeah, I don't know. So it looks like I'll roll perception.
Oh, no.
Oofa doofa.
without chewing my pee-pee?
You guys do really well at first. You're able to come into this clearing, and there's kind of a low fire burning, and then you see these people gathered around it. They're singing, and from what you can tell, they are humanoid creatures, but they're entwined with tiny vines, almost like human musculature. And then you see that they're also covered in shiny, colorful peppers.
They're leshies,
Huh.
aren't they? I love me some leshies.
These are creatures that were created by none other than our player Sean of An Eldritch Dream Games, and can be found for your own convenience as well as with many other creatures. Of course, even though they're all for Pathfinder, but they can be adapted to D&D by going to this link. I'll also post it in the description of the video.
Fun fact, I actually converted these creatures into a heritage for Pathfinder 2e as well, so you can play one of these
Excellent.
in Pathfinder
Nice.
2nd edition.
But don't be looking at their stats, cheaters.
Well, if you
Well,
converted
so-
it, it's not going to do any good anyway. We don't know how you converted them.
Yeah, I'm making
Right.
it all up anyway. And the next thing you know, one of them happens to glance over and he notices you guys peering through the trees, and he jumps up and he grabs his spear, and then they all jump up and in a domino effect and grab their spears. And not all of them spot you right away, but they definitely point their spears in your general direction, and there's probably about 30 of them gathered around this circle.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Let me check what this spell does quick. Bop, bop. Is this a bonus action? Oh, it's an action. Okay. Brian, can I cast a spell?
Yes.
Awesome. I want to cast Melf's Minute Meteor.
What does that do?
So 6 little orbs float around me. Six tiny meteors float in my space. And when I cast it, and as a bonus action on other turns, I can send 1 or 2 of these meteors out within 120 feet of me. When it reaches its destination, it explodes, and everything within 5 feet of it has to make a dex save.
Oh, man.
Can I do a free action say something while he's casting this spell?
Yeah.
We come in peace.
Okay. So what's the vicinity that have to roll saves?
It's within 5 feet of 2 separate points. I want to just send 2 out and try and blanket as many of them as possible.
Okay.
How far away are they from us?
They are probably let me roll here. "43 feet away."
While he's doing that, can I shatter?
And those are that 43 to the closest ones. The ring extends beyond that. I guess you guys can each take a free action. If you're really going to do this, we're going to be rolling initiatives.
What do you think? Should we do this?
I mean, he already cast Melf's Meteor. I don't know how we...
Meteors.
I don't-
Meteor's definitely going in. If you're going to cast your thing, you better do it quick. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to try diplomacy, now's the time as well. It's up to you.
Like, I don't know.
I point up at the sky, and while I'm screaming, "We come in peace," I cast Skywrite, and I make a little a white flag.
We surrender.
What kind of a save was it for these creatures?
Dexterity.
I'll wait.
That's a 16, 17, and a 15. 16 and a 17.
Both of those will save, but they'll still take 3 damage every creature.
Okay. You notice that as soon as they get hit with these meteors, there's this like splurge of juice that shoots out of them.
Dr. Vidpisser, what have you done?
And I think as soon as you do that, they get really hostile, and some of them dash off into the trees, and then the ones that are closest dash towards you. And this is the point at which we would roll initiative.
Okay.
You've killed us all.
And if you'd be gracious enough to write them in the chats.
No.
Where the shit is my initiative on D&D Beyond? Oh, there it is.
That is definitely concentration. Also concentration.
What's your dex mod, Billy? What?
My dex mod is only +0, but on my character sheet it says I have +6 on initiative. I can send you a screenshot of it.
Yeah, I only need it to compare it to one of the Leshies.
Just the dex mod is what you needed?
Mm-hmm.
That was the +0.
Okay. Let's see. Ivy's was 12?
Yes.
Izzy, I mean. Izzy and Julian, what are your dex mods?
+1.
+1.
What do we do?
I'm
off.
fine waiting.
Yeah, do that.
I can go second. It's fine.
There's rules to this, you know.
Just do a roll off.
A rule. All right, I think we're good to go. So, first up, something happens. You hear rustling off in the trees. And Billy Bones.
Every man for himself.
I cast a silent image, and I create a boulder in front of me, and then I just kneel down in a fetal position. I hide behind my imaginary boulder. This character sucks. That's my turn.
Marcus?
I'm going to use my Mask of Many Faces and become Dr. Billy Bones. And I'm going to turn around and go, "Hey, everyone, look at me!" And I'm going to drop my pants and wave my ass around.
That's a pretty good impersonation, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. I think you'll see a cluster of them focus their attention on you.
Oh, shit!
Julian.
We're gonna goof our asses off and get TPK'd.
I pull out my cane sword. I'm going to cast Enlarge on myself so that I double in size. And then I'm going to use my Blade Singer feature to take a magical stance. Holding my holding my sword in front of me, and the 4 meteors still circling around me. And I'm just gonna kind of calmly walk towards them.
Okay. Is this an intimidation thing or?
I'm just getting ready for the fight.
Izzy.
Well, if these things appear to be hostile, I want to shoot them with my lightning.
Yikes.
Yeah. So this is a lightning bolt. They need to make a dex save.
Okay.
And it'll hit any of them within 100-foot line if they're any of them are in a straight line.
Oof, I think. Okay, that's a 4 dex save.
I guess I should look to see what my save. My spell DC is 15. So.
There were 5 of them in kind of a zigzaggy line that you'd be able to reach.
Okay, so successful saves take half damage. If I'm reading that right.
Okay.
Yep.
Now tell me this. Do I add, or do I have to add the spell attack bonus, or is it just the straight rolls? I don't know how any of this stuff works.
So let's see. A save.
It's just the roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell attack bonus is like if you're trying to hit something with a spell. Yeah.
Magic works different than it does at Pathfinder.
Ouchie. Okay, that's gonna be really painful. I think you see all 5 of them kind of eviscerated into puddles of goop, and their viney leaves and stuff get scorched by the lightning. And everyone else around here, you just hear this, and then, and there's some brief shrieks of the startlement, but then they're immediately gone. And so the Leshies that were going after Mr. Mooney Boy, you've lost their attention. All right, now they attack her Leshies.
I turn back to her quickly and go, "Strong work, Miss Isaiah."
Everybody calls me Izzy, but it's actually Isabella, not Isaiah.
I need to know your guys' locations. When you first entered this group, are you guys still standing in the trees? So I know one of you walked out at least.
Alana's in the trees.
No, Billy, you walked out? No, Julian.
Yep.
You were doing your sword thingy. Billy hid behind a fake rock.
Mm-hmm.
Mercus is mooning.
Mm-hmm.
Hive Queen, did you have to step out to shoot the lightning? You're not behind cover, are you?
No, I'm not behind any cover.
Okay. Why don't you guys roll, except for Julian, why don't you guys roll dex saves?
Julian.
Oh no, that's gonna be a 13.
Dex save. Dexterity.
Big
Oh,
old
15.
6.
Nice. Oh, I shouldn't have. I'm sorry, Billy. I shouldn't have included you. Tell me about your rock thing real quick. What is it again?
It's illusion magic. It
So you have
is
no cover.
no cover. It
Okay.
kind of blocks line of sight, but that's it.
Okay. So I'll say that Billy and Julian, you see. Well, I don't know if you see it or not, but whether you see it or not, some of these leshies start hurling some of their peppers at you.
They're throwing veggies.
When they hit and explode and release a vapor in a 5-foot radius. And you guys, so everybody that was. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there it is. Okay, so roll. What would reflect it? Roll a dex save, you two. Try to get above a 16.
Which two?
Just Billy and Julian, the two doctors.
I rolled a 6 earlier. I'll keep that unless you.
Yeah, because
Unless-
I should have not made you roll one at all before.
So this is a
dex save. Did you say?
Dex save, correct.
13.
I got 7, so there we go.
How do I determine the damage of this, Sean?
If I remember correctly, it wasn't a thing that dealt damage, or if it did, it was just 1 damage. The effect was the primary purpose of it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking here.
Okay. Sorry. I looked back at my thing and it wasn't green, so I didn't know if it had just faded yet or not. So.
Spicy fluid vapor. Where do I read about that?
It's
effects.
in the effects. Down near the bottom.
For some reason I can't see it here. Sorry.
It's a ranged attack that deals 1 damage, and plus it uses the spicy ability in a 5-foot radius. So look at spicy.
Yeah, I see.
So it deals 1 damage to the person it hits.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So both the doctors take a damage, and then the spicy ability is going to be you are sickened for 3 rounds.
So I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh! I hate your peppers. They're gross.
What does the sicken do exactly, Brian?
I'm looking at it here.
I think the 5e version would be poisoned.
That works for me.
Or you can choose blind. It's up to you, however you want to switch it around.
Poisoned. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
So there's a few of these left, and you hear more rustling in the bushes, and that brings us back to Billy.
Whoop, someone was talking.
I didn't go.
Yeah, we missed someone.
Oh, you get a fortitude or a constitution save, I guess, in 5th edition against spicy.
That was my bad, Atlanta. You should have gone before the leshies attacked. What do you want to do?
How close together are they, and how far away are they?
We had determined that there was a line of 5 of them. Okay, that's gone. Never mind. I would say I said there were 40 originally, and then you killed 5 of them, so they broke up. I'll say you see a cluster of 15 of them.
How far away are they?
Oh, now they're probably about 15 to 20 feet away from you, depending on where in the cluster you want to hit.
Well, I have either Earth Tremor or Shatter I could do. Shatter would probably be the best one.
Well, I personally know that Shatter is very deadly because Tim always hits me with it.
I would use Shatter at 2nd level.
Okay.
DC 13 con. 98.
Con 3. 14 save.
Okay. So they can take. They're gonna take half.
Okay.
Ooh. 15 damage,
Damn. Okay.
and then
The
does that
That,
fail?
did you account for the halving?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. Half. It's gonna be 7. 7 damage.
Mm-hmm. Is that your whole turn?
That is my action. Yeah, that's all I could do.
So the lightning splatters these leshies, and then she strikes them with this shatter effect, and you see some of them go flying and toppling across the ground, and then they throw their bombs, and they hit both of the doctors, who start panicking as this stuff burns at their flesh and stings their eyes. The rustling in the trees happens some more in all directions, and then Billy Bones. What do you do?
Oh, just like spiciness everywhere. My eyes are stinging. I look over from my hidden little bunker, and I see the person who's imitating me and mooning. And I totally misinterpret it. And I'm like,
Oh, thank you for taking the.
what do you call it? The
Aggro?
aggro.
Why not?
Thanks for taking the aggro. Listen, you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
I give him a little pep talk. That's bardic inspiration.
It's gonna,
And then for my action,
it's gonna work better if you wave your arms up and they see you more.
and I cast dancing lights and I put it around them. And that's my turn. And then I continue cowering.
Okay, Mercus.
So I stand and turn, still nudie pants, and the coat rips open, and because I still have wings, even though the illusion makes me look like him, so his coat's gonna flap around, and I'm gonna go 15 feet up in the air, and say, "Oh, look, the power of my." What did you call it?
My snake oil. My magic beans. Pick your choice.
Look, the power of my snake oil! You know, I make it myself, and I'm gonna launch a yellow Eldritch Blast out of my crotch region at two of these fleshies. That dirty 20 to hit the first one.
Oh my god.
Only a 10 to hit the
You
second
have
one.
a bardic inspiration. You can add a 1d8 to that.
A D8. Okay, so roll 1D8. That's a 7, so 17 to hit the second one.
Okay.
Do both of those hit?
Let me see. AC is 15.
Okay. So the first one's going to take 12 points of damage, and the second one's going to take 6 points of damage. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, so yeah, you fly up and then you launch this Eldritch Blast from your crotch, and you see more goop splatter everywhere, and you can almost detect maybe a bit of sizzling on the ground. Maybe it's your imagination, but that brings us to Julian. You are poisoned.
There's still some in the clearing, though, right?
There's a few more left, and then you did remember hearing some in the bushes.
I'm not worried about those. I'm gonna walk forward to the nearest one and just try and beat the snot out of him with my cane sword.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna eat the snot. I'm like, why are you eating snot?
Boy, I don't think I'm gonna hit though.
AC 15.
Are you sure that their AC isn't something more along the lines of like 6?
Yeah, I'm sure about that one.
Okay. Well, I swing and I start kind of coughing, trying to get over the the spicy spice.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna, as a bonus action, fire off 2 more meteors. So they've gotta make dex save.
Bum, 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 bum. Are you doing these at disadvantage? Disadvantage on attack rolls.
It's not an attack roll.
Uh,
It's a dex save for them.
Right. I meant for when you swung your cane thing.
Oh yeah, I had a 2 and a 3.
Dex save?
Yes, dex.
Well, that was awful.
16.
And they failed.
Okay. Any within range then are gonna take 14 damage. Fire
Okay.
damage. And I'm down to 2 meteors.
I think some of them just topple over, but you definitely see a few of them splatter into this goop. Why don't you roll a con save?
I wonder if I get a bonus for being enlarged. No. Bad. 4.
That's another round of poison.
Ah.
Oh, 1d4 plus 1. That's another 2 rounds of poison.
Ah.
So you hit these things and they squirt more juice on you, and that brings us to Izzy.
Gonna shoot another line of lightning at them. See if I can hit more than one of them.
Okay. What is the like? How far out does the kind of swath
It's
of lightning reach?
It's 100-foot long straight line.
And anything to the side of it, or is it just a straight line?
Nope, it's just a straight line.
Okay. You're gonna have to be careful not to hit Julian.
Well, I mean, I can. That one.
Don't roll a nat 1.
If I need to. I don't roll the hit.
It's not an attack
it's
roll.
a DC save.
Yeah, it's an AOE.
Then I'll say you can try for. Holy shit. I think that in their maneuvering, you happen to get them just at the perfect time when they're all kind of lined up with each other from you.
All right, it's a DC 15 is the save. They take half damage if they fail the save, or if they pass the save, full damage if they fail.
That's a super fail. That's the damage, 21?
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Julian, you just get this stuff splurted all over in your eyes and everything, and you start to feel even more sick. And then suddenly there's just an immense heat that erupts right in front of your face and probably like singes some of your hair as this huge crash resounds right in front of you. And the next thing you know, you find yourself making another save, another con save.
Nah, 10.
It's going to be another 2 rounds of poison as you are just splattered with this juice.
I am currently hacking up along.
The rest
like
of
someone who inhales.
But hey,
ground
when this
pepper.
is over, there's roasted chili peppers for everybody.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
I go, good lord. A bit of a heads up next time, Miss Eisenhammer.
Is it Heizer?
Eisenhower.
Atlanta, you see this battlefield is mostly just littered with goop and pieces of vines and leaves and stuff now. Why don't you roll a perception check real quick?
Okay. That's gonna be that one.
This entire scene before you of people mooning and getting splattered and all this chaos that's happening. And then, of course, the lightning that probably flashes in your eyes and gives you kind of a shell shock for a second. The next thing you know, when everything starts to clear and the dust settles, you happen to look behind you and you notice that there's a ring of spears encircling you guys. And it's the Leshies that first went into the forest. And the next thing you hear is a shrill whistle coming from across the camp. And if you look over, you see this woman with two horns going back over her head, and she's got blue skin, and she says, "Enough!" And then she walks forward and starts surveying the horrible mess you guys have made around the fireplace.
Oh, hi, Naya.
What have you done?
We surrendered.
And I point to the clouds.
I'm gonna point at Dr. Billy Brasco. He started it.
I did no such thing. These fighters, they tried to make peace with these peasants and their pitchforks. Pah! And these peppers.
She starts to kind of tiptoe around the goop, obviously trying to avoid any of this juice. And then you notice there are more Leshies that come out from the woods behind her, like they had been with her the whole time. And she approaches you guys and she says, "It's taken me ages to grow these Leshies."
It's poisoning the crops.
"What crops?"
The crops of the
Everyone's
farmers.
crops.
"The water supply." You see her face kind of fall, and her shoulders slump, and she says, "I never meant for any of this to happen."
I'm gonna land and pick up one of the peppers and just like shove it in my face and start eating it.
I would like to do an.
I would also like to point out that
Savage.
birds are immune to capsaicin.
Okay.
I would also like to point out that you still look like Billy Bones.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the pantsless Billy Bones
Yeah.
with some artistic liberties taken.
Small pee.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like,
Very, very high.
oh, okay.
24.
She looks pretty crestfallen and mostly kind of embarrassed. Her face starts to go a little flush, and she's not really meeting any of you in the eyes.
Are they peeing in the water?
No, that was me.
She says, she raises her hands, and the tribe of Leshies are kind of staring in horror at this massacre, and she says, "Fear not, you will be able to see your friends again in the Library of Souls." And then she gestures towards you all, and she says, "Clean up this mess. Our guests will be joining me in the hut." And she kind of gestures towards this small, thrown-together shack.
I follow.
I'll drop my enlarge so I pop down to normal Julian size.
I forgot you were enlarged.
I mean, it doesn't make me very big. He's only like 4 feet tall to begin with.
Oh,
so-
okay. As you follow her into this hut, it's got like this makeshift furniture out of sticks and reeds woven together and stuff, and it has a really crude circular table, and she sits down and kind of gestures to the stools around the room, and she says, "None of this was supposed to affect anyone else, just the Leshies.
Why did you create them?
I didn't create all of them. I found them here. This is a tribe of them that grow new leshies as a reproduction cycle, and I merely helped to enhance the process."
I elbow my fellow doctor.
Snake oil.
Which one are you or me?
Not you. You're a poser.
You're a quack.
I elbow the real doctor, and I nod approvingly like I know something.
Must have been snake oil.
You're a Aarakocra quack.
What?
I elbow Dr. Julian
Quackra,
Vidpis.
Brian, Jesus.
Aarakocra. Apologies.
Yeah, so kind of side eye Billy Bones and be like, well, it was something for certain. Madam, you say you were helping them grow, so you know their sort of secrets.
Secrets?
Well, how they operate, how they work, how they are designed, as it were.
I suppose they're mostly just vegetables.
I have eaten many vegetables in my life, and not a single one has tried to kill me. Well, at least as much as these have.
I don't know what gives them their souls, if you will. The important thing is that they had souls. I tried to find a compromise, you see. They had to have the minimum requirement for souls, but I didn't want them to be humans or elves or anything of the like. I figured vegetables are the lowest of the low that it would make do for what I needed. I tried to... I don't really think of them as actual... how do I put it? Beans?
Beans? Now I turn back to Billy Bones. And go, the snake oil plus the beans, eh?
Indubitably.
Now we're on to something.
If you'll excuse me for a moment, and I'm gonna go outside and piss in the snake oil bottle.
Madam, what were you using them for? You said you needed them and you didn't want humans or elves or anything like that.
From your insight check earlier, you can see she grows increasingly embarrassed about being discovered at all, and that she obviously this was supposed to be a private matter, but she looks down and she says kind of sheepishly, "I was trying to summon one of the Spectre librarians."
What is that?
Yeah, as a professor of the arcane arts, do I have any knowledge on that previously?
Maybe. Roll. Arcana. Arcana.
Yeah, so roll Arcana.
If you are a professor of it, why don't you, I don't know, do advantage?
Aye, Capitan.
Yeah,
That
then
is
you
good
can.
that I got advantage. That is not that good that I got advantage. 15? 15.
Oh, I took off my glasses. Hang on. Arcana.
Plus
15 as
8
well.
put in a lot of work.
What'd you say, Atlanta?
15 as well.
Yeah, you guys have heard of this. You may not know a whole lot of details, but the general premise is that It's this kind of afterlife-y place. It's almost like a sort of a purgatory, except souls don't necessarily go there when they die as much as their stories go there when they die. And you don't know all the details about how it works, but basically the idea is that people can go experience the lives of their ancestors, and it's almost like replaying a movie of their life in a sense.
Do I know what kind of, like, what school of magic that would kind of belong to?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Actually, hold on a second. Did I write this down? Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, we just slaughtered a bunch of relatively peaceful pepper barbarians.
We really did.
I mean, they attacked first.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you attacked first.
I don't ask questions about the order of operations. I just follow them.
Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick. You can do whatever.
Listen, we don't have time for these veggie tales. I don't care that.
God damn.
I don't care. Hey, you're some prophet of produce. I don't care. We're here to fix the normal vegetables, not these stinking peppers. What have you done?
Can Landa punch Billy Bros in the face?
Julian, for sure, you see her growing even increasingly embarrassed as she says, I was telling them that I myself was a spectre librarian, and that I was inviting them one by one to visit with their ancestors, and truthfully, I would sneak them into this hut and dispose of them myself and dump their bodies in the river.
That's me, not the character laughing.
I was hoping that it would be enough. You see, the Library of Souls is mostly contains valiant souls, or people who did great deeds in their lives, or people who were martyrs. And my hope was that if I slaughtered is such a barbaric word, but with the loss of enough leshy life, that maybe that would do. I don't know how else to contact them.
Listen, I get what you're doing. I don't care. I got an idea. Keep doing what you're doing, but make a compost pile instead. Quit dumping their corpses in the water.
I'd never thought about the fact that this water was used to irrigate the farms. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what I could possibly do to make up for it. It's just that, and the next thing you guys know, the entire hut goes dark. Do any of you have dark vision?
I do.
Yes.
This is where we all say,
I have dark vision.
As any race but human, I have dark vision.
I don't think I have dark vision, but I was also outside taking a piss. So.
and Mr. Pissy, even outside, you see it go almost nightfall with no stars and but it's not like the sky went dark as much as it's like if you put sunglasses on that everything dims. It's like that,
Almost
but
as if somebody cast darkness.
well, you can. I don't know. You can see stuff. You can see silhouettes like it's nighttime, but it seems darker than night.
Like someone cast dimness.
Yeah, somebody cast dimness. And those of you with dark vision, you can see an even blacker shadow moving behind this lady. And it's not like a darkness shadow, like your eyes would be able to pick it up even with dark vision. It's like this is like a beam of blackness.
I fire the last 2 meteors at it.
damn.
Is that the hut?
He is inside the hut.
How big are the blast radius?
5 feet. So I'll target it far enough behind her that it won't hit her for sure. If I can do that.
Well, what would happen is that they crash against the far wall and go right through this creature. It's standing probably almost as tall as this hut. I'm going to say like 8 feet tall.
Well, how far is she from the hut wall?
Like 10 feet.
Okay, so I'll just have them, because I can choose when they explode, like a distance.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll just be far enough from her that she won't get caught in the 5-foot blasts, and this thing will.
Yeah, you would see the kind of the back wall disintegrated under the power of these explosions, but he doesn't seem phased at all.
I create dancing lights around the blue tiefling person, the blue skin person. Does it affect the shadow in any way?
No, in fact, the lights themselves seem dim. You can see their colors and stuff, but just it's dark.
Well, that's all I got.
And then he leans over and she hasn't noticed him yet. She obviously kind of fell out of her chair when these things exploded past her. And then she will roll a perception check. Yep, she'll look behind her and she'll raise her arm and go, "It's you." And he kind of scans you all and he says, "Why have I been summoned?" And I think that's a good place to end the adventure.
Mercus throws open the door and says, "Would you like some snake oil?"
Well, that was fun. Sorry for making you
No,
laugh
that was
with that
great.
voice. I'm not allowed to use that voice in my home game, so I had to bring.
I didn't mean to pick on your character so much.
He's pretty despicable.
Yes.
So are most characters that I bring. So,
Listen, anytime you want to experiment with Pee Wee Herman in our games, you can.
Well, this is a good test run for this combo, at least.
Yeah, what on earth? A wizard monk? That's so weird.
So, it's one of my players who came up with it during work today. He was talking to me about it. He wants to do a necromancer?
But like
Wait,
with abs.
A necromancer monk? I told him I'd try it out for him, see how it goes.